Riddum.com with President of Regulatory Affairs of the UFC, Mr. Marc Ratner. How are you today?
Well, bonjour to you, and very, very well, thank you.
Thank you. So a lot of MMA fans in France don't understand why the UFC didn't come yet. What is the situation with France currently?
We very much would love to come to France. We've had discussions in different cities, including Paris, but right now the Minister of Sport has not approved the sport. It is not legal also to be on television there. So we're working on that. It's being shown, I think, from Luxembourg or Belgium into France. But our goal is certainly, we would love to go there. We would do a show immediately. It's right across from the UK, but we have to get it regulated there. Have to have the Minister of Sport approve it.
There was a law that passed in January 2008. That was supposed to sanction MMA in France, or have you heard of that law of January 2008?
I've heard about it, but it evidently didn't okay the sports yet. But we're going to keep pushing there. We've talked to the Judo Federation. We're talking to different people there. And once again, I think it's a question of, it's not a question of if, but a question of when.
Would you have a milestones or a timeline? Would you say MMA would be legalized in France by?
I would hope in the next year or so. I'd hope by the end of 2011. It's certainly one of my priorities or our priorities. So it should be. There's no reason for the sport anywhere in the world not to be approved.
Yeah. And what are the psychological barriers with France?
I think there's some rules that maybe with the elbows, maybe with the shots on the ground, that we believe the rules should be the same anywhere we go in the world, and we're certainly not going to compromise the rules. But once again, it's about education, about showing them, showing them how safe it really is, about the injury rates, and have people listen. We went to Germany. There are some people in Germany who don't want it on TV. So it's just it's an educational process, and it will keep being that way. We would love to go to France.
In terms of markets, the French market, how would you define it?
Huge.
Huge?
Big MMA market. I think in our MMA game that we're showing the UFC, France will be one of our biggest customers. We do a lot per capita in the country of France.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ratner. We appreciate your time.
Au revoir, then.
Au revoir.
Thank you.